in the Temecula Middle School and their director, Mr. Aviles. They'll be performing Under the Cherry Blossoms and the Clapping Song, which is a world premiere and a piece that was written specifically for Temecula Middle School. So first, Under the Cherry Blossoms. One of the things about my career that's been kind of interesting is that I actually got my start writing for marching band. And the only reason I bring this up is because when you're a marching band arranger and designer, you have to write in a variety of styles very, very quickly. In any given week, I might be writing in rock, opera, movie soundtrack, rap, hip hop, country, you name it, and I'm having to write it and write it very fast and get very good at it. Because of this, my musical vocabulary and interests are very, very broad. And one of the areas that I've been exploring the last few years is my love of Eastern music, especially music particular to Japan and China. So I haven't taken many of their folk songs from there. I try to write my own stuff, but I did in this case take the song Sakura Sakura, which is the cherry blossom tree from Japan. There's a very, very famous melody which you'll hear initially in this piece written for it. So I took that as a starting point, but then I imagined this romance between two people kind of playfully chasing each other throughout this grove of cherry blossoms. And that became the central image for this piece. So you'll hear very playful melodies, very romantic melodies. And one thing that I strive to do as a composer is to do good orchestration, meaning use good color combinations of instruments. And I do have to say that I think Under the Cherry Blossoms is one of my best pieces in that regard. I think it's got a lot of color and a lot of character, and I really hope you enjoy it. Then finally, we have our world premiere performance of The Clapping Song. The Clapping Song is very hard to describe, so much so, in fact, that The Clapping Song was kind of a last resort title for it. It was actually I couldn't think of a good name for it when I was writing it. So the computer file I typed in, I just put in The Clapping Song because it starts with the ensemble clapping and doing things like that. The piece has kind of an African tribal feel at times, but then it's also mixed with country music, but then it's also mixed with this high symphonic kind of sound, and then a little bit of new agey and movie soundtrack. It all works in its way in there. Similar to what I just said about my marching band background. All of my love of these different styles of music tend to clash and come together, and to me it's always interesting to see how they mix. When I was speaking with Mr. Aviles about the piece, we both were trying to come up with titles, and we talked about everything. I talked about literally just calling the piece Untitled. We had also talked about calling the piece WTF, which also led us to wanting to possibly call it Whiskey Foxtrot Tango, but I decided that would probably be a little bit inappropriate for the masses, and so we decided to go another direction. So anyway, it just became The Clapping Song because it just kind of defies description. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. There's no big story behind it. It's just music for music's sake, and it's just supposed to be a fun experience for the player and for the audience. And I want to really, really, really thank Ivan for trusting me with this piece and letting me do something that's very different and not the standard band repertoire. Because to me, that's what's exciting. That's what's going to keep band relevant and keep it moving forward like it needs to. In closing, before you hear these final pieces, I would like to say thank you for virtually having me in your concert hall. To the directors and students, thank you for bringing my music to life. I hope it's been an enjoyable experience. I look forward to our upcoming Skype sessions and other projects we're going to do to help you along your musical journey, because as a former educator, that's really exciting to me. And even though I couldn't be there, we'll just take this as an opportunity to do something else, because in life, that's what you have to do. If you get dealt this hand, you have to roll with it, and that's what we're going to do, and we're still going to make this as good of an experience for you as we can. So thank you for having me here. I hope you enjoyed the concert. I hope you enjoyed seeing that not all composers are, old dead people. I like to tell people I am a composer, not a decomposer. So have a great night, enjoy the music, and as always, peace, love, and music.
And before we do our final number and the world debut of the clapping song, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all the participating ensembles and their directors again. Please give Margarita, Gardner, Vale Ranch, and TV. I do want to point out that all of the Temecula Valley Middle Schools were invited to this event, and the other two schools had to back out for various reasons. But I am very proud that this event is the largest district-wide band event in I don't know how many years here in Temecula Valley. So you're witnessing something truly amazing. Temecula, music is happening. It's been a pleasure to work with all directors throughout this whole year setting this up. I've been working with Mr. Standridge for about 3 years, setting this whole process up, setting up the commission, and even though circumstances worked against us, I think tonight has been a very rewarding experience for everybody. So we're very excited to do the world premiere of the clapping song.